Number 3, what is the solution to 3x squared plus 3x plus 5 equals 0? So hopefully by working through this unit you've realized there's a couple different ways to solve quadratics. We have factoring, you can graph them and look for the x-intercepts, there's complete the square, but we have the quadratic formula as well. Usually when there's a number in front of the x squared, it doesn't factor well for us. And we know the quadratic formula always works. So that's the method I recommend using for this one. If you try to factor it and you'll realize that you can't, that's fine. Just then go back and use the quadratic formula at that point. So we have A would equal 3, B is also equal to 3, and C is equal to 5. You don't need to memorize the quadratic formula. We've given it to you here, A, B, and C, and then what you need to do with those values into the equation. So we have x equals, it's going to be negative b, which is a positive 3, plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a, which is 3, c, which is 5, all over 2 times 3. And then from here we're simplifying. And you can use the calculator to help you with the simplifications, that's fine. So we get a negative 51 over 2 times 3 is 6. We can't take the square root of a negative, but I can rewrite this as the square root of negative 1 times the square root of 51 over 6. And we know that the square root of a negative 1 is equal to I. So I'm going to replace that there. And if you didn't remember that the square root of a negative 1 is equal to I, here we have square root of a negative number, negative real number. So it tells you in the formula sheet, if you have the square root of a negative some number, you split that up to the square root of the negative 1 times that number. And then you can see that they've replaced the square root of negative 1 with I. Okay, so hopefully with enough practice, you've got that memorized, but if not, be sure to consult your formula sheet to help you through this question, and then this would be your final answer.